What up, people, and welcome to another episode of Social Moments, where we deal with all kinds of online trends. New here, hit the subscribe button, click on the bell and click on all. So the world's richest man, Elon Musk, seemed to be like he did gather enemies for himself, like Thanos with the Infinity Stones. For real. Well, at least since the acquisition of Twitter as his company, he has been making enemies left, right, and center. The new ones on the list seem to be Apple, aka iPhone, and possibly Google and Android. And if this is indeed true, this might possibly be the end of Twitter, or at least Twitter as we know it, because you really can't do without iPhones and Android. They are pretty much the only two phones that's used like over 90% around the world. I mean, sure, you can run on like web browsers, but because web version of most apps are really sort of frustrating to use, and I don't see a lot of people torturing themselves going through that process. So it might be the end of Twitter as we know it. It appears Twitter has been seeing a crazy decline in people who want to associate themselves, especially advertisers who want to, advertise their products on the Twitter app. A lot of them have been leaving, and it gets crazier every day. This whole craziness started on the 28th when Elon Musk started making a series of tweets accusing Apple and iPhone of all kinds of things. Some of the tweets read, Apple has mostly stopped advertising on Twitter. Do they hate free speech in America? And an hour later, he came with another one. Apple has threatened to withhold Twitter from its app store, but won't tell us why. Somebody made a tweet saying, now I know who needs to hear this. I don't know who needs to hear this, but advertisers deciding to leave your platform because you behave like a gigantic asshole is called the free market. People telling advertisers that they should leave is called free speech. Basically, Elon Musk's own principles has come back to slap him in the face. Because when he acquired Twitter and people were, complaining about certain decisions he was making, his answer to them was basically, you don't have to stay on Twitter. You can, go anywhere you want. And some of these statements were also aimed at advertisers. And it seems that it's happening now, and now he's crying about it, which is crazy because he pretty much told people to do that. It didn't end there, of course. Elon Musk doubled down with a quote of a tweet from an app that says, Apple takes a 30% tax from app developers who make over 1 million through the App Store on an annual basis. Apple's App Store is the equivalent to a 30% tax on the internet. Elon Musk, quoting this tweet, decided to put his own spin on it and called the 30% tax on it, which is not really a tax, a secret tax from Apple Store. Of course, people were quick to correct him on his mistake. It's crazy because it's not actually, a tax, and neither is it a secret. It's very well known because since like at least 2008, when it was first launched, it's been very public. Steve Jobs pretty much unveiled it and said the 30% cut will be taken from developers who put their apps on the App Store. So it wasn't really a secret.
First of all, the developer picks the price. Pick whatever price you want to sell your app at. When we sell the app through the App Store, the developer gets 70% of the revenues right off the top. We keep 30% to pay for running the App Store.
People were shocked because it kind of looks like Elon Musk doesn't really know what he's talking about. For somebody who spent billions of dollars acquiring the Twitter app, this should be pretty much basic knowledge for him. Maybe he wasn't briefed about it or whatever. But yeah, people swooped in to let him know, but it's the internet. People were not going to be kind to him, especially since he's made so much enemies for himself. Shapeshifter said, you really didn't know this before, and you are the CEO of 3 companies. Kevin M. Cruz says, did you not know this? They've been open about it for a decade or so. Cody Johnston says, and I quote, Apple takes a 30% tax from app developers who make over $1 million through the App Store, end quote. Does not mean, and I quote, Apple puts a secret 30% tax on everything you buy through their App Store, end quote. Yeah, I mean, it's pretty well known, and it should be known by somebody who, acquires a company. I mean, I didn't know because, I'm not a web developer, but somebody who bought an app for $44 billion, it should be like something you do know. And it seems he didn't know until that other tweet brought it to his attention, which is crazy. Because $44 billion is like, again, crazy. Mike Harvey says, I cannot believe people think he's a genius. Greg Gadgets with the Uno reverse. That's funny. Now, pay the 30% to use their platform. Something Elon Musk has been telling people ever since he decided to sell the Twitter verification badge. Prakar Kana says, did you know it's not a secret? At Scott Squid said, yes, I would have thought you would have discovered this before spending $44 billion to buy a company that depends on Apple. Molly Jong Fast says, start your own app store. Just some lady said, it sounds as if you are getting close to making a decision to compete with Apple. Please do it. And he might have to do that if things continue this way. He might have to do that. But if he started his own app store, he will still have the issue of finding a place to put that app store, which mainly over 90% is on, 95 even, more than that, is on Apple or Google Android Play Store. Which brings in the subject of having to create his own mobile phone company. It's insane. It's insane that the domino effects the acquisition of this Twitter app is having on literally everything. So not only will he have to create his own app, Elon Musk will have to also create a phone. People coming at Elon Musk for whatever it is he puts on his app, whatever tweet he makes on Twitter is it's nothing special, it happens all the time. But it gets interesting, it gets funnier because Twitter keeps fact-checking Elon Musk himself with every tweet he puts out there. This whole 30% secret tax of the App Store got fact-checked by Twitter. Imagine that your own app that you bought continuously, this is not the first time or the second time, continuously fact-checking you over basic things that somebody who spent $44 billion on an app should know. And of course, the fact check pretty much told him what everybody have been saying. This is not a secret. Apple takes a 30% fee from all sales made through their in-app purchase system, which accounts for processing. It's not tax. Developers can apply for the fees to be reduced down to 15% if they make less than $1 million per year from the App Store. And of course, Elon Musk also decided to at Tim Cook and ask him what is going on with Apple. So it appears that Tesla phone is the step in the right direction. People went ahead to, whip up some prototypes, so to speak, and posted pictures in the reply section of Twitter, egging on Elon Musk to create his own phone. And maybe it will happen because ultimately he might have no choice but to pretty much create his own phone brand or buy a phone company and turn it into his own brand, perhaps Tesla phone or whatever name he will give it to it. We don't know yet. Now it will be interesting to see if there will be a Tesla phone or Elon Musk will buy a phone company so he can have Twitter running on people's phones. Do you think Elon Musk should pull back the brakes on some of his decisions and, probably sit down and compromise with some of these other giants he seems to be pissing off? Or do you think he should go right ahead and make a Tesla phone? Would you buy a Tesla phone if he came out? I would personally buy one if it was affordable enough, just to see how different it will be from Android and iOS. But yeah, let me know what you think. Leave a comment, leave a like, subscribe. Catch you later.